let's listen to the older millennial explain what exists in his mind, and then ask him some questions about reality afterwards.
Y'all remember what I said about liberals asking questions that have really obvious answers?
Okay, to clarify, you think that someone who makes $10,000 a year should pay the same tax rate as someone who makes $100 million a year?
Yeah, because even at the same effective tax rate, they're going to pay significantly more in taxes. Anything else would be punishing people for being successful. People shouldn't be punished because they were more successful than somebody else. People shouldn't be punished because they did something that made more money. And that's exactly what progressive income tax does. Because let's just say the tax rate was 10% for everybody. That would mean the person that makes $10,000 would be taxed $1,000. Person who makes $100 million would pay $10 million. That seems fair. Like, where's the sense in thinking that just because somebody made a higher income, that you now deserve a higher percentage of that income? Like, that's weird. That's punishing somebody for making more money. Why not just make the tax code really fucking simple? Every single person in America pays 10% of their income in tax. No loopholes, no special things for accountants to figure out, no tax deferment, no carrying forward losses. You pay 10% of everything you make for the betterment of the country. That makes sense. Aggressive tax rates are anti-success. There's no other way to look at it.
Now, I actually agree with some of the things he said there about doing away with loopholes and allowing things to exist for accountants to find for people who make more money. It's how I get my tax rate lowered every year. I have damn good accountants that do a damn good job of finding every fucking loophole and squeezing every fucking inch out of every one of those. But progressive tax rates exist for a reason. Because the more you make, the more you should be kicking into society. The more you make, the more you should be kicking into society. But let me ask you a question. You say that it's theft, it's punishment, right? You're punishing people who make more money. Does that mean that these states, including these red states, are punishing their people? These are the state individual income tax rates and brackets 2025. 42 states levy individual income tax, 41 tax wage and salary income, Washington only taxes capital gains income, 8 states, including New Hampshire, which repealed its interest and dividends tax in 2025, levy no individual income tax at all. Of the states taxing wages, 14 have single rate tax structures, with one rate applying to all taxable income. Conversely, 27 states and the District of Columbia levy graduated rate income taxes, with the number of brackets varying widely by state. Currently, 6 states, Arkansas red, Kansas red, Massachusetts blue, Montana red, North Dakota red, and Ohio red, have 2 bracket income tax systems. Once again, of the 6 states that have a 2 bracket income tax system, only one of them is blue. 5 of them are red. At the other end of the spectrum, Hawaii has 12 brackets. The top marginal rate span from 2.5% in Arizona and North Dakota to 13.3% in California. It's all over the place. Red states, blue states. There are many states that have graduated tax systems. In some states, a larger number of brackets are clustered with a narrow income band. For example, Virginia's taxpayers reach the state's 4th and highest bracket at $17,000 in taxable income. In other states, the top rate kicks in at a much higher level for marginal income. For example, the top rate kicks in at or above $1 million in California, Massachusetts, New York, and the District of Columbia. I should have looked it up before I started to do this video, but for the longest time here in Illinois, we've had just a flat rate. We've been trying to get a progressive tax rate, with the Republicans being the ones that fight it. But right over the border in Iowa, they had a progressive tax rate. So are you telling us that red states are punishing their constituents by having these graduated tax rates?